Hey guys, what's up? This is Jason, and previously I had done a video on PlayStation 4 user interface versus the Xbox One user interface, and a lot of people had, a lot of good points back and forth, blah blah blah. It's been several months since I made that video originally, and so today I wanted to kind of revisit the user interface of the Xbox One and the PS4 to see what the huge differences were and how far they've come since then up until now. So last time I started with the PlayStation 4, so this time I'm going to start with the Xbox One. Now here you can see this is not a edited video. There's no sort of Elgato capture device or anything like that. It's just a raw video taken with my iPhone 6 Plus. So bam, there's my controller. There's my PlayStation controller. And today, obviously you can see right off the bat, if you're not an Xbox One user, there's been a nice little change here right from the get-go, which is backgrounds. They have personalized backgrounds now to where they are actually based off of your achievements. So if we go to settings, and I'm going to be playing with this back and forth with you guys as I'm learning here, because I didn't like set this up. This is just kind of raw. So whatever. But basically, you just go into your settings, probably, I don't know. Shoot, you know what? I don't even really know how to do this. Let's go to preferences. Who knows? Okay. Well, anyway, at one point I was able to change this background, and it's mostly all based on your achievements, which is pretty cool. So if you have certain achievements, I believe it's actually under my Xbox. So let's go there. There we go. Yeah. So you can edit your colors like so, which are your tiles. Then you can change your background. So you got my background, and you can do all kinds of just regular standard colors, which is nothing special. You can go to achievement art. And here it's actually pretty sweet because you have actual backgrounds of art derived from your achievements that you've actually earned. So say I got some stuff from Sunset Overdrive, which is probably not very much because I've only finished about 9% of it. And okay, so like I said before, this is kind of me discovering the Xbox with you guys. So this is almost as though you got your Xbox for the first time because I have not really explored this stuff. I wanted to make this as raw as I could to give you guys an understanding of what you would go through if you're trying to learn the Xbox One UI. Similar to the way that I kind of am right now. Okay, so it looks like there's Overdrive challenges, and it's giving me the option to play it. Maybe I'm not reading this properly, but so let's see. Let's go to Titanfall, because I know I've got a Titanfall background already. Okay, so here's my achievements. Alright, so all the art that is derived from these achievements are archived into each individual gaming folder so that, well, you can see right here in front of your face that there's all kinds of cool little like photos and pictures and stuff you can make as your background. So there we go, set as background. So if I want to set this achievement that I've made as a background for my Xbox One UI, I can. So now if I back out with the Xbox button, it changed it. Now I do believe you can do some more stuff with it. Yeah, in fact, these tiles here, like settings, my games and apps, things that aren't actually individual apps, but more or less folders and options to open. These were made somewhat translucent, so you can kind of get a better look at the background behind you, so it's not all covered up completely by these tiles, which is, kind of makes it a moot point to have a background there as it's all covered up. So anyway, That was kind of one big deal that I liked. I thought it was pretty neat and imaginative. Okay, so moving on, we have pretty familiar things over here. You got home, you have friends to the right, which is actually a pretty big difference since the last time I ran one of these videos, because you didn't really have access to the friends or the preview of friends like you do now. It's more of like a timeline. So you got your friends here. If I hit A, it's going to take me to my friend's application, which is a separate application, which gives you other types of timeline options. And so you got an activity feed down here. All my friends are on the left. One thing that I did find kind of confusing was the fact that you got your friends, and then you have your favorites, but they're both friends. But if you're selecting somebody as a friend and not a favorite, it's actually you just following them, which is cool, I guess. You don't really have to, you can avoid the having to accept a friend to see their information and stuff. So yeah, you have some popular with friends all the way to the right. In the middle is the activity feed. You can kind of scroll through and see what your friends have been up to, check Twitches out, all kinds of different stuff. They record that feature, etc. On the right, you got, I'm sorry, let me stay on this screen. On the right, you have a leaderboard specific to certain games. I guess I'm pretty low right now because I'm apparently terrible. I don't really play it all that much. But I'm looking forward to playing some really cool exclusive Xbox One games pretty soon. So that being said, Skype can now be snapped. Now forgive me here, guys. I know that there's all kinds of features that I'm probably not going to go over, but like I said, this is a raw video. So this is me just going through it, showing you guys what I'm experiencing and what you would expect. So I didn't check every little thing to show you guys features. This is my experience personally versus the Xbox One and the PS4. I'm sorry. So moving on, I believe Skype at one point was kind of a big deal for a buddy of mine, because we wanted to move Skype into the Snap. Now, Skype's really great on the Xbox One. It's actually pretty cool, but one of the biggest problems was we couldn't snap Skype, which kind of sucked. But it seems as though now you can, which is great. And I'm not entirely sure if I can make calls here or not, but I believe I can in the corner. So let's try and video call him. Okay, you can. And he's not going to answer because he never does. But I'm just going to hang up. So now you can snap your Skype while you play, and that was not always a feature, but now it is. Also, which brings me to my next point, this area here, which is kind of your multitasking button, by double tapping the Xbox button here, it brings up this multitasking window, which is basically your Snap app. And so you can just hit down on the controller pad and it unsnaps what you were trying to do. So one tap on the Xbox controller and it brings you back to the Metro style screen of the Xbox One, which is pretty average stuff. One thing that I don't necessarily care for, and again, this is really kind of petty, but if I'm going to nitpick something, I'm going to do it the right way. And I don't really like having to go to the store like this, having to scroll all the way to the right just to get to check out games, movies, TVs, things like that. I mean, because I love to browse new games, stuff that's coming out that maybe I didn't know about. I like to go into the categories of games. Now, there may be a way I can put a shortcut it like that onto the main screen, which I'm kind of curious if I can, but at any rate, for now, I would just go all the way to the right for the store, which just seems kind of like an inconvenient location for it to be. Normally, you would think the store would be really close by, but whatever. Anyway, so we have the apps here. You know, they're constantly adding new apps, which is really cool. I really am starting to enjoy a lot of things like Netflix with the Kinect. It's really nice because a lot of times when I'm watching movies and stuff, I lose my controllers all the time. And I'm sure some of you guys out there that are watching this do too. And so there's been many times to where I've completely navigated through a movie. Had to stop several times, pause it, back out, do whatever, but I never once picked up my controller. And I just recently moved all my gadgets and stuff down here to a different room, so the Kinect really isn't working the way that it should, just because I moved it around and I haven't reset it up. But when it does work and you have it tuned just right with the right amount of noise and everything around the room and testing it correctly, the thing really is great. I mean, I love the Kinect. If I didn't have it, it would take a lot of fun away from this for me, just because I love using this as more of a media-centric style of gaming machine. I don't necessarily play the Xbox as much as I do my PlayStation. It's not because I don't love it. I really do enjoy using my Xbox. It's just for the fact of, you know, some games have natively run on 1080p or whatever, you know, all that conflict and whatnot. But if you ask me, I'm going to play my computer probably before I play anything else. However, Xbox has come out with a lot of great updates that I've seen thus far. There's tons more stuff on here. I know there's tons more stuff on here. I have not really messed with it all that much, but I will say from personal experience, from using the Xbox from day one, or just about day one, all the way up till now, the transitions have been much smoother. The user interface has been much snappier and more responsive than it was before, which is really nice. As far as the reliability of the system, chat, things like that, a lot of people have been complaining that Xbox has dropped the ball a lot on online gaming and whatnot. That could be very well true. I have not really played with this Xbox as much as I probably should have, but that being said, everything's been a lot more reliable and functional than it was previously. So I like where Xbox is going. I like where this Windows 10 thing is going. I like the snapping. I like the more functionality and more customization, bringing more flavor into this system. And yeah, so that's what I've seen what Xbox has to offer thus far. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into the PlayStation 4 and show you guys kind of what I've been experiencing with my PlayStation 4. Now, right off the bat, you may also notice a semi-large difference, because I have not gone through the process of changing my background too much, but this is nevertheless a different background from the original PlayStation that it launched with. PSN, don't know why I'm not signed in right now. Looks like I have to update. Okay, that kind of sucks. Alright, so I'm going to update right now. Let's see how long this takes. Version 2.04. This is good timing. System software stability during use of some features have been improved. Super. Okay, well, may or may not have to wait on this. Okay, so the whole PlayStation just restarted. Which, if you guys are gamers, you understand how this works. I believe there is a feature to actually turn this off, to where it will update without you having to be here. Usually, I thought they did that, but there is kind of a gray area that I never really took the time to understand, which is probably a no-no for a gamer like me. I should understand these things. But nevertheless, it's got to do its restarting. Okay, and we're back. So, let's try this again. Alright, so, We are back with this amazing update that has just really blown my mind. No idea what it does. Okay, so yeah, alright. Right off the bat, aesthetics. Backgrounds changed, themes changed, music background changed. Okay, so we have a little bit more control over our system this time around on the PlayStation 4. Now, I'm going to just tell everybody right now that I know a little bit more about the PlayStation 4 than I do the Xbox One, simply because I've just put more time into the games that I have on the PlayStation 4 than I have the Xbox One. So I was the early adopter for the PS4, a little bit later on the Xbox One, but I'm just here to show you the differences of what I see. Alright, so themes is one thing that I noticed right off the bat. Now, slightly different here in customizing. You can see in the background that there's more here to customize. There's a much bigger background that you can see more of because the tiles are more translucent and whatnot. But right here, like I have the rectangular theme, which is like the old style of PlayStation. Pretty cool stuff. If I select that, it changes the music. Changes the selection sound. If I back out, it changes the background. So here we have one theme that's almost like one giant thing that you don't have to customize, you don't have to worry about. It's kind of like, here's the whole package or you get nothing, which is good and bad for people like me. They do a pretty good job on these themes, so I don't really feel like I would change much. But for others, they might like to personalize it more. Destiny theme right here looks like Sony went with a different way of personalizing your entire PlayStation by allowing you to download full game themes. So Destiny is a big deal. A lot of people love Destiny. You want to make your PlayStation experience almost like a full Destiny experience. There you go. So it's got the Destiny theme song in the background. You got different color highlights around the selections that you make. The selection sound is different. Okay. Icons are different. You go into a, you go up, you see all the icons are totally different. You see the sounds are different. You see the entire background change. It's pretty dramatic. And they probably put a nice chunk of work into this. Who knows, Bungie could have paid to have this theme done just to make you more excited about it, to make it more inviting and more of an experience. So, turn this down a little bit. Pretty serious stuff on Destiny's front, but a very cool theme nonetheless, and I like it. So yeah, you say there's only a few themes that you see up here in my theme box, so to speak. I was using Flow, but you can get more on the PlayStation Store if that's what you so choose to do. And this is where I highly disagree with the crap of making money off of people that are already investing year-long memberships and whatnot. I mean, you got PlayStation Plus. We all subscribe to PlayStation Plus. They made huge advancements with PlayStation Online, the PlayStation Network, excuse me. But what really drives me up the wall is, man, are you serious? You're charging us $2.99 for these crappy skulls and, these cityscapes, stuff you can download off a computer for free and get any of these backgrounds and theme everything you wanted to on a computer. And this is, this is cheap. This is lame. But nonetheless, they still got some free ones here. You can have the Bridge Dynamic Waterfall theme for free, which, alright, it's better than nothing. But I give Xbox One on this one because, I don't know. I mean, you can make Xbox's themes stuff that you've accomplished, things that you've earned, your achievements. This is based off of random, whatever that, I mean, seems like they got some killer artists drawing some pretty cool stuff and probably some really great themes, but you're charging $3 a pop for these things. So, yeah, I'm kind of venting right now about that, but whatever. You still got some pretty cool themes. Like $10 for a Destiny Gold theme, $15 for the Destiny Platinum theme. It's like, what? I mean, all right. So what, I mean, if you platinum in the game, can you get it for free? That would be much cooler to me. But anyway, so yeah, here's the themes. You got a bunch to choose from. Pretty cool stuff. I'm gonna go back to my flow theme. You can change colors, which is pretty neat. Go with this light purple just because it's kind of reminiscent of the old style PlayStation. Never mind, I don't like that. Real blue. Alright, so anyway, going back here, they changed a lot with, well, they changed quite a bit with parties. It's private. Okay, so you got one thing up here that's a pretty big deal, and it's called Share Play. Now, Share Play is pretty awesome. If you have somebody else in your party, you can click Share Play. You can hit Start. You can ask it what Share Play is if you want to, but I'll just go ahead and tell you that it allows people to take control of your game for 60 minutes. So if I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 5 and my buddy on a PlayStation 4 has not bought Grand Theft Auto 5, I can simply just invite him into my party and activate Share Play, and I can pick any of these guys to invite. And what they do is they join my party and they accept the Share Play. And what happens is then I can give them control of my game remotely. So they see exactly what I see when they accept the Share Play, and they can play it exactly as I do remotely from their PlayStation. I believe that there is a tiny bit of lag, if any at all, but when I invited some friends to test it out, they really liked it. They thought it was pretty crazy. It was cool watching them play my game from their PlayStation right in front of me, you know, remotely. So it's probably takes a good chunk of bandwidth. But hey, I mean, you can't really complain when you're allowed to let your friends play your games for an hour at a time for free. And there's no limit to that. I mean, they do set it for 60 minutes, but when the 60 minutes is up, you just start Share Play again if you really want to let somebody play your game. But I don't know anybody that I've played that long with to let them play the game for X amount of hours. So moving on, the timeline here is pretty standard stuff. Same thing. Not much has changed. You got your game broadcast down here, so you can use X and then bring up, you know, random broadcasts of stuff that's going on.
How are you gonna catch me? I'll put my car.
Which is pretty cool if you like to watch Destiny or your friends or, like, you know, whatever, just immediately it's all there. Okay, so basically friends, pretty much the same stuff, a few little add-ons to make it easier, things, you know, shortcuts. Things have gotten a little bit better, optimized for PlayStation. The store, I've always liked the location of the store icon. It's simple, it's right there, quick to get to. That's one thing that annoyed me about Xbox a little bit, was that it was difficult to get to, or just a few extra steps, which can kind of be aggravating for a game nerd like me. But either way, you could probably add it to your home. I'm not sure. That being said, yeah, basic PlayStation Store filters here. You know, you got apps, Sony rewards. That's something new to me. I haven't even seen this yet. It's probably some scam. Okay, backing out. I don't know why that took me out, but as far as the speed of the user interface, that's what I touched on a lot originally. Xbox One has made leaps and bounds on speed as far as I'm concerned for the little bit that I have played with it. PlayStation still, man, it's still extremely fast. I really do enjoy the speed of the PlayStation. There is one big thing that they have definitely changed on this, and it is this one big line. My games are starting to pile up, okay? I'm getting applications, Call of Duty, Trine, you know, Playroom, Start, Battlefield, GTA, Destiny, Dying Light, you know, I mean, all these things are starting to pile up, so I have to scroll all the way over just to get to my library button. And then from my library, I can filter out my applications and games. It actually just puts the most recent and most played games up here that I can access right away. But just the other day, I was thinking, oh, I'd like to go back to, actually it was Battlefield, and it was stuck way under the pile. I had to scroll all the way over here and finally remember, oh yeah, I gotta go to start, then I gotta go to games, and then I gotta scroll through these lists of games that I own to find Battlefield, and it was kind of like, you think there could maybe be a little bit better of a way to do this, because this is kind of sloppy. It just feels really manual to me. I don't know, it's heavy. But either way, I'm sure that with new updates and whatnot coming out, that they'll probably figure out a little better way than this. I think this is more of a temporary fix to kind of just archive your games, because nobody really wants to go through one giant long column of everything that you own on your PlayStation when you have bigger hard drives, more applications available to you, all these games that are coming out. You're gonna have a big library if you play games, and just watch movies in general. So that I wouldn't say they dropped the ball on this, but I'd say this kind of needs to go away, at least in my opinion. That being said, notifications, pretty standard stuff. That's all relatively the same. You have important notifications all the way up to your buddies, whatever, friends, relatively the same. Hasn't changed very much. Filters are a little bit better. They did give you an option to be able to find your friends on here, which is players you might know, which is right here. I think it hooks up to your Facebook and their gamer names, gamer tags, all that stuff, and it kind of just matches you guys up. So you might find some old friends from high school or middle school or whatever grade you're in, or if you're graduated or whatever, you might find some people that that you haven't seen in a while, that you were friends with in real life, and they're playing the same games as you. You can hook up with them and whatever. So other than that, that's really been the main huge upgrades, at least from what I've seen. Share Factory, I know a lot of people are sharing more. Share Factory has been a really cool experience, but also from an editing standpoint, which I enjoy editing somewhat. I'm not super awesome at it, but I prefer to do it from the computer the way it was meant to be done. But if you don't have that option, and you don't have a huge gaming machine or really good rendering, you know, you like to do that kind of stuff. If you don't have access to that kind of stuff, Share Factory is a cool little way to make some 15, I think it's 15 minutes is the max you can do on these clips. But, you know, I made a few projects myself on this, and I did like it. I thought it was pretty fun. I spent hours on this, actually. But I will say, when it comes to Xbox's answer to this, man, they nailed it. I mean, they really did, at least so far from what I've seen. I'm going to go back and switch to Xbox real quick and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Because just the other day, I was on Google Plus, and I saw a guy on his Xbox One playing with Upload. And Upload was, and still is, a way to upload your gaming clips, do your editorials, you know, things like kind of like the Share Factory. But Upload Studio, man, this is cool. This was something that I really liked. That's not so much what I like, but let me try this a different place here. I'm going to go to my apps. So I have the Kinect, and I was talking about how much I like the Kinect. And this is what really is a game breaker for me, or a game winner, really. The Kinect works really well with this whole Upload Studio deal. And you can do a green screen without actually needing a green screen. Just kind of like this picture on the left shows this guy with a green screen behind him. I can show you exactly what I'm talking about by clicking New Clip. Looks like it tried to automatically snap that. Not sure why. Show my clips, okay? So it's trying to snap this application. I haven't done this a whole lot. I jumped into this last night and I did one. Let me see. I literally have no idea what this thing is doing. So I'm going to quit. I'm going to start over here. record a new game clip, and then it takes me to this thing. I don't know why it's taking me to my applications. But let's go to Game DVR, show my clips. If I try to show my clips from the upload center here, it just kind of loads and loads. I have no idea what the deal is here. That's kind of lame. Sorry, we couldn't show game clips. Alright, so Xbox is kind of blowing it right now in the way of just really bad timing. But I wanted to show you guys this Upload Studio deal. Let's just create a new video from scratch here. Okay. So maybe I did this wrong the whole time. I'm not really sure. This is about as raw as this gets because I'm just blowing it all over the place. Alright. So, yeah. The green screen thing. Okay, so last night I was sitting on this and I was like, okay, so what can we do now? What did Upload do? Because I saw on Google Plus this guy was doing this green screen thing and he's like, hey, Xbox did really good with this Upload deal. And I was like, all right, I'm going to check it out. So, change type, I just basically did exactly what I'm doing now and I kind of just messed with it to see what you can do. Transitions and Splash, Game DVR, but I saw Connect and I was like, okay, let's do the Connect. And then I'm right over here and I'm filming, can't really see me too well, but if I change the effect here, you can change to a green screen effect, which you can see me right here. Hey. What I did the other day was, I'm going to go ahead and actually move. I did this one last night, I'm going to move to the middle here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So if I add the Connect, it's basically just like you want to start recording. So I'm going to start recording from the Connect, and I can basically, bam, start doing this whole green screen thing and do my own little editorial and maybe voice it over later right in front of this couch. I mean, I'm sitting on a couch. You know, I don't need a green screen for this, which is really cool because they have all kinds of little different effects. I mean, guys, this is kind of big for people that just want to start playing with this stuff or seeing if you're good on the camera or whatever. I mean, or if you're terrible like I am. It's just kind of, it's a cool and fun way to start out. You don't have to pay anything for this, you know, except for probably your gold membership. I don't even know if that's required, but what's great is you can hit finish here and it uploads straight to OneDrive, which OneDrive was, you know, it's a Microsoft cloud storage solution, and that's what I use a lot of times because I have a ton of OneDrive space and I use it all the time and I really like it. So being able to upload these directly to OneDrive and share my links with my friends so they can click on it and basically make fun of me for sitting on my couch and being in front of this fictitious green screen crap. You know, I mean, it was actually a lot of fun. Everybody was like, dude, that's so cool. Why did you do that? Like, that's ridiculous. You look stupid. But it was a lot of fun, and I highly recommend you guys try this out. There's all kinds of little different effects and stuff you can do. You know, I can change it from, you know, there I am right there. So yeah. You know, and you can change it from, this is the one I did the other day. Some of them are different. They just you just have to mess with it. It's pretty cool, and I was happy that Xbox really added something really fun in there, and they give you all kinds of fun things to do with it. There's commentary from Forza Horizon 2, which you can add your own commentary on there, and it basically themes out all kinds of different editorials and let's plays and, you know, old gameplay clips, footage, stuff like that, which is a lot of fun. So Upload Studio, Xbox One, you guys did a really good job with this. I am very impressed and excited to see what kind of young filmmakers out there and game players will come up with and what kind of absurd, ridiculous things they'll do. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be cool. So yeah, there's my take on the PlayStation 4 versus the Xbox One. User interface, patches, whatever they bring. Basically, this was my experience between both. As many of you may already know, I love both of these machines. I love my computer, my PC, my Mac, my Xbox One, my PS4. I love all of this stuff. So I'm not biased in any way, but I do hold my reservations on certain things. However, these guys have both, they've made leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds. So anyway, this is my unedited editorial. Thanks for watching. I appreciate everything. See ya.